Hey guys, this is Flawkes, welcome back, and today I'm going to be covering the skills portion of Crusaders Quest. Previously I've mentioned heroes, and I've mentioned weapons, and now we're covering the last accessory, so to speak, of the game, and that's skills. Now, every single hero or unit has a skill slot, and the skills you can equip on those units are class specific. So there's a set of skills for warriors only, paladin only, archer only. Every single skill can only be used by that that class. So warriors all have unique skills, paladins all have their own skills, etc, etc. That should be pretty simple, and every unit can only have one skill equipped at a time. If they already have one equipped and you try equipping another one, it'll just override it. Now, what I want to talk about first is requirements, so like how to unlock these skills. There's two types of requirements for skills in general. One is to acquire or to obtain a certain number of unique units of that class. So let's say, for instance, mana shield. I'm at level 3 mana shield. I can unlock one more level at level 4, and the requirement says acquired 17 different wizards. Should be an S there, but yeah. What that means is I need to get at least 17 different or 17 unique wizards in this game. I can't get repeats. Obviously, I can get like 17 of, like the blue Power Ranger there. They have to be all different. And if you check the top right corner here on the window, it'll say wizards, should be wizards met 16, which means I'm only one wizard off from unlocking level 4 mana shield. Most of the time, this is the case, or this is the requirement for these special skills. You'll see the yellow font right above these skill names that says special skill. If you keep scrolling down the list, you'll see advanced skills, or advanced special skills. Advanced special skills are all unlocked by 4 stars and up only. So, oh sorry, I think it's 5 star actually, I might have lied. Yes, that's incorrect, my bad. It is 5 stars. 5 stars and 6 stars will unlock level 1 and level 2 of these advanced special skills. That's the difference. That's the main difference. Now, the thing is, not every skill, I'm not saying all the special skills are unlocked just by meeting more or obtaining more variety of units for that class. Even before then, there's specific requirements for certain characters. Like this here, I'm at level 3 of Call of Darkness. And to get level 4, I need a 4-star Rachel. There are specific units that you require for certain skills, and I mean it's different every time. Like this one, I need if I wanted to get level 2 Oppression Power, I need to get a 4-star. I can't pronounce that guy's name. It's a paladin. I mean it's Crimhild of Massacre. I probably butchered that name, but it's different for every skill, more or less. Maybe there's a pattern I haven't noticed to it, but if you're looking to unlock a specific skill or to level it up, you should just check the skill lab. I mean, it'll tell you what you need next. And yeah, one more thing is, you know how when I talk about weapons for options or conversions, I think they're called, but I just call them options. Basically, it's like unlocking like a potential for the weapon. When you transfer skills onto a character, like let's just transfer this Revolution Hammer to my Vane, which I'll never use. So if I click transfer, you go through an animation. I got a success this time. Just like with weapons though, you can have a chance of getting a great transfer. What that does is it'll transfer the skill, but it'll increase the level by 1. So potentially, if I was more lucky for Vane here, when I transferred this Revolution Hammer skill, if I got a great, this would be at level 2. While I only technically would have transferred a level 1 on at a regular case, or I don't know how to try to put it. Normally I would get only level 1, but if I get a great, it's +1. Now, you might ask, what happens if your skill is already max level, like right here, like Light of Grace? It's already at level 404, it can't go any higher. So if I get a great transfer, which is, I don't know what the success rate for great is. I'm not sure if it's the same with weapons, but there's something called a transcendent transfer. Basically, you get a great success and you get 1 level up past that cap. So you can get a level 5 Light of Grace, for instance. So you can get up to level 5 technically for special skills, and for advanced skills you can get level 3. It's all by chance. Like I said, I don't think the community. I don't think anyone's ever figured out what that great chance percentage is. It would take it would take a huge sample size to figure out the percentage, unless someone data mines the game. But I mean, yeah, it's a chance, and from what I can tell, I don't think it's like 50%. That sounds ridiculous. It's much lower than that. I've transferred a lot of skills. Can definitely tell you I've rarely come across it. I would arguably say it's like 10%, maybe less. But there's that. And I mean, honors. As the skill level increases, the cost to transfer the skill also increases. First, it'll cost. Excuse me. First, it'll only cost a little bit of gold. And then that gold will increase, the gold requirement, and then eventually I'll start charging you honor and gold to transfer. Like here, the level 4 Light of Grace cost me 150 honor and 5,000 gold, whereas a level 1 Revolution Hammer only cost me 500 gold. So it's not really cheap, so to speak, to try and game for a great success. It does get pretty pricey, so you know, don't expect to just like spam transfers just to get a grade. I mean, I personally don't think this should be a priority for you, or if you wanted like for you to get a great transfer and you know, bump up that level cap for whatever skill you're talking about. So like if I wanted level 3 Dancing Blade, I would say you're probably better off spending that resources, that gold and honor somewhere else. This is kind of a end game scenario, so you know, honestly, don't worry about it. If anything, just try and aim for unlocking certain skills. And why is this important? Is like why you should check this once in a while is some skills are really good, are unlocked by units that you may not necessarily use, or they're not necessarily very good. One example is, I'm not sure how good of an example this is Smile of Goddess. This is a really good skill, and it's unlocked by getting a 5-star and 6-star Mew. Mew is one of the better healers in all honesty, but she's not the best healer. Obviously she fits better into some teams, but in the grand scheme of things for healing, her healing potential is not as high as other characters like Nightingale or Maria. So yeah, I mean, but then the incentive for you to level up your Mew is because she unlocks Smile of Goddess. So if you're looking to use Smile of Goddess, you have to unlock Mew, or you have to train Mew and promote her to at least 6-star if you want max level. So these are all things to keep in mind. Don't be too hasty when you roll a 4-star unit that you may not necessarily want. Check out what skill they unlock, and then you know, figure out are you really ever going to use this skill? Do you actually want this skill at some point? And if you really don't, and you're sure about it, then you can just throw away that hero if you want. But then personally, I recommend you try and keep your 4 stars, unless you're really desperate for honor, in which case, I guess. But honor is a resource that you can get daily because, well, I mean, you get it from arena, you can get it from friends. Also, like friends is a huge free source. Every day, if you fill up 50 friends, you get 150 honor for free from doing nothing, essentially. Unless, you know, but you should do the courtesy of setting them back honor. But yeah, and that's my gist about skills. Skills adds another layer of depth to the game, which I really do like, in all honesty. It allows for a lot more customization. You might say, oh, it's only one skill slot. You have 3 characters. That means 3 different skills that you can potentially use, and it adds a bit of strategy, in all honesty. Like, obviously, this is a really shallow example, but something like Final Judgment. This is Leon's skill. This is a very short range, and I guess out of everything, this is probably like the harder skill to land because it is a very close range skill. Like, this only hits enemies right in front of Leon. Whereas if you use a skill like Spinning Storm will push all enemies backwards and it'll bunch them up. So you can technically synergize Leon with maybe another warrior who can use Final Judgment. So you can use Spinning Storm first, bunch up all the enemies, and then if you have your second warrior, then you can use Final Judgment, and then Final Judgment will splash on all 3 units. Like, this is just an example of how skills add another layer of depth, and you can think of the synergies that would work with different skills. And if you want to test out skills, actually, you can go to Start Adventure, and on the right side, or just scroll to the right of the screen actually, and hit Practice, and then pick whatever hero you want to try out. So I guess we'll just pick, I don't know, 2 heroes, Joan of Arc, and then this Proto or Monty. You pick Start, and then you'll enter a battle with no real enemies. It's actually just a training dummy. And on the right side, you can actually pick what skill you want to transfer. So there's a skill button. I'll do it again. Skill. It'll show you damage per second. Pretty nice. And you can change whatever you want. So let's say I want Joan of Arc to be using Spinning Storm. And let's say I hypothetically want to check out level 5 Spinning Storm. So this is like a great transfer. I put it on her, and well, I guess I actually have to charge up her SP. There you go, Spinning Storm. There you go. You see Joan spinning for like a full 2 seconds or 3 seconds there. So if you want to check out certain skills and check out how much damage they can potentially do, what they look like, I guess, and the range. The range is probably the most important part. You can come to Practice and check it out. It's a good place to just, you know, try out whatever skills you want. Check out what they look like. Check out their stats, because you can pump it up to level 5 or like 1 past the skill cap with a great transfer or transcendence, whatever they call it. You can check out the stats that way, or you know, just Google it. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. But yeah, you can do this all in game, and that is all. I don't want to keep going any longer. It's been a 12-minute video. I hope you guys now understand how skills work. I mean, it's a thing to just keep on experimenting, honestly. There's a lot of different possibilities. There's like 265 units, and oh no, I probably should have counted this before. I'm assuming there's about 8 skills per class, so there's a lot of possibilities. You can try a lot of combinations, and honestly, there's no way we would have found everything so far. So if you pick whatever works for you, that's awesome, right? And this just adds another thing to do in the game. You can experiment and try different wacky combinations. Some may or may not work, but you know, that's part of the game. So yeah, hope you guys learned something from this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below, and I'll try my best to answer. If not, I'll make another video if it's a complicated question that I think is important. But besides that, I hope you guys have fun and good luck. Peace.